What is up, you guys? Welcome to another YouTube video. So today I thought I would do a little bit of a Q&A. So I popped on my Instagram stories what type of video you guys would like to see next, and loads of you said that you wanted to see a Q&A. So I've kind of been writing down like over the last couple of weeks some of the questions that I get asked a lot, and also some of the questions that I'd really like to kind of answer for you guys. Do you track your macros? I'm gonna say I get asked this question a lot, like a lot. It's probably one of the most common questions I get asked. Not just do I track them, but how many do I eat? So yes, I do on the whole like to track my macros. So obviously I'm away on holiday at the moment, so I'm not tracking at the moment, but in general at home, personally for me, I find it works. I think for me it has to be used as a tool to educate me on what's going in my body, not to restrict me. It's helped me get into a healthier mindset with food, but if it doesn't, then I would say it's not good. It's not good for you. So as with a lot of things with kind of health and fitness, I would say that you've got to do what works for you, and what works for me might not work for you. So yeah, if it makes you feel negative about food, then I would say it's not good for you. But if you find you can use it sensibly as a tool, then I think it's great. Also, I'm not going to answer the how many calories do you eat, because it's completely and utterly pointless. What I would eat would be different to what you would eat. Yeah, I'm not going to answer that. It's pointless. Okay, this is a good one. Why do you not drink alcohol? I would say that this question is probably one that literally, it comes up wherever I go, wherever I am. I always get asked it. It's cool to drink, and it's cool to go out and get drunk and all those types of things. And I think if you're somebody that doesn't do that for whatever reason, you are made to feel like you need to justify it and that you're not cool because you don't. That's just complete and utter crap. Like, how can you be cool or not cool based on what beverage you have? That's just ridiculous. It kind of stems back to when I was kind of late teens. I was going through a really bad patch of really severe anxiety, so I was really struggling with my mental health. Things like leaving the house was a real challenge for me. Things like the supermarket were terrifying. So the idea of kind of drinking something which altered how I was thinking or feeling just terrified me, to be honest. And also I just found that whenever I had a drink, I just did not like the sensation. I didn't enjoy it, and I just think that if you don't enjoy it, why are you doing it? What's the point? So my auntie also doesn't drink. Growing up through those years, I always kind of had that role model of somebody who has just said, no, I don't really fancy it. So it kind of for me always felt like it was okay, and that kind of just stuck with me. And the more I found saying no, it was just really liberating, to be honest. Okay, so have you always been slim and in good shape? No is the honest answer. Growing up, I was naturally always a little bit chubbier. I have always absolutely loved my food. Eating was always like a real enjoyment, and it still is a real enjoyment. So no, I have definitely not always been slim. Okay, what plan do you follow at the moment, and what does your training week look like? So my training week at the moment looks like 2 upper, 2 lower, and then 1 kind of real glute focus session. So in terms of what my sessions look like, they are quite short, I would say. So they probably last around 40 minutes, 45 minutes. They focus on real heavy compound lifts. So that's big movements that use a lot of energy, and I tend to try and use as much weight as I can for those kind of big exercises. So that's things like deadlifts, hip thrusts, military press, chin-ups, squats, rows, those types of like really big moves. And then I would kind of couple that with some accessory moves. The other thing which I always do is I always kind of use progressive overload. So that means that week on week I'm trying to improve the weight that I lifted the week before, or improve the rep range. I think that's right. I'm not a personal trainer, as you can tell, so those I think are the 3 things which I try and do week on week. And the way I kind of track that is on my phone. I've just got my workout and my workouts that I do in the Numbers app on my phone, and I just kind of have that open while I'm training. Okay, what supplements do you use? At the moment I have been lucky enough to be working with My Protein, so I've been using a lot of their products at the moment. I'm kind of a really big believer on just like keeping it simple, so I don't tend to use a lot of complicated things. I think that there's a lot you can do with a really good whey, and you can make lots of things with that. That would just be my absolute staple to have in the cupboard, and I'll put my link below. Please do let me know if you use it, because I like to say thank you to each and every one of you. Favourite type of cardio? Favourite type of cardio is 100% walking. Walking is so underrated. I think there are so many amazing like fat burning, all those types of little circuits that you see online, particularly on Instagram, and I just feel like the basic thing of just walking doesn't get enough press, because let's be honest, it's not that glamorous, it doesn't look that good, it doesn't make a great Instagram post, and yeah, I just think it's amazing. And that's kind of the only cardio that I do. I don't do any finishers, I don't do any HIIT workouts. I've been doing a few finishers and HIIT stuff now we're here on holiday, because the guys have been adding them into the sessions. But yeah, in general I don't tend to do any cardio except a really nice long dog walk every single morning. I would just say find what type of cardio you like and you enjoy and do that. Just, I think whatever you find works for you is what will work, because you'll stick to it. And even if you haven't got a goal of fat loss, it's so good for your cardiovascular health, and it just helps keep things moving. It's really good for your mental health. I just think that some form of cardio, even if it's like walking, for me is an absolute staple in my training. Okay, how long ago did you start your health and fitness journey? Around 18 months ago was when I first started lifting weights. I started initially by following a plan which was from a lady that I followed on Instagram. I was getting married last August, so I was really focused on trying to make sure that I was in good shape. There was a lot of volume in each session, which I found was kind of exhausting me quite a lot. I was kind of following a bit of a meal plan. Yeah, so I kind of did that last year, which kind of got me started. And then towards the end of last year, I just sat down with Will and I just said, you know what, I just really want to kind of do it my way now. I feel like I've got a good start, but I kind of want to make my own rules, and I don't really want to have any rules, and I want to see how much I can learn, I can do. So I completely changed my training style. I went from doing a lot of sets, a lot of reps, well, the opposite basically, so a lot of heavy compound lifts, going into rep ranges of like around 6 reps, which for me felt alien because I was used to doing more like 12 to 15, and focusing on really heavy compound lifts, really challenging myself with the weights, and doing progressive overload. In terms of diet, I just got my macros from online, and yeah, obviously started tracking, and just had literally no rules with food. So whatever kind of I fancied, and I'm literally not even lying, like the guys at work will 100% vouch for the fact my entire top drawer is filled with party rings, because I am literally obsessed with party rings. I'm obviously really lucky that my husband Will is really into health and fitness, so he did a bodybuilding competition a few years ago. He also used to run a gym and is a personal trainer, and is a like a PE teacher, sports leader, sixth form tutor at a school with special needs. So I'm really lucky that he's just kind of there all the time. We've kind of got our own paths and our own style of training, our own way of living, our own way of eating, and that's exactly how it should be. How do you train your abs and how often? Okay, so I have done a YouTube video, totally like plugging myself in my own video, which kind of shows some of my favorite exercises. My absolute one exercise that I would swear by is an ab wheel. So that's where you kind of roll yourself out and roll it back in. It's amazing for your lower back, it's amazing for your core. It's just a real great exercise in my opinion. In terms of how often I train them, I don't train them that much, to be honest. A lot of the big compound lifts like squats and deadlifts really work your core anyway, and I predominantly only use free weight, so I don't use any machines. That naturally means that when I'm doing anything, I'm using my core to stabilize me to stand up and to lift stuff and move stuff around, so I do tend to get quite a lot of core work from that as well. I would also obviously say that your diet plays a big role, not in terms of, for me, I don't think it's about not having processed things or sugary things or those things, because I still have all of those things. I would probably go as far as to say most days. I've got abs because I've been in a calorie deficit, which has meant I've lost body fat. I've also been doing some heavy weight training, which has meant that whatever core muscles I have built because I've lost some body fat have shown. Do you train in a gym and how often do you train? So I think I've already answered the how often do you train, but the do you train in a gym bit is probably going to be a little bit interesting for you guys. So I don't actually train in a gym because we have kind of a gym set up at home. So yeah, we have a squat rack which has a kind of cable attachment, and it's got a chin up bar, barbells obviously to use on that. We have the different cable attachments, quite a good range of free weights. We've got a couple of big kettlebells, we've got an ab wheel, we've got a mat, we've got a bench, we've got a ball. I think that's it. So now where we're here on holiday, we've been going to one of the big American gyms, which obviously is packed full of machines and all sorts. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's fun to go around and have a play, but on a daily basis, I tend to stick to the compound simple moves, which I was kind of just saying about. I've said it a few times now. Okay, I think I've probably gone on enough now. This video is probably going to be about 4 hours long. If there is anything that you want to ask me specifically, then please either comment below or send me a DM or write me a comment on one of my posts, and I will do my best to try and answer it. I'm going to be totally lame and say make sure you hit like if you enjoyed the video, and make sure you subscribe to see more. Okie dokie. Bye.